help you to set up the lab on your server, like to install the ESXi on your server, then installing lab there, EVNG, and then adding devices in EVNG, right? So that you can perform the lab on your on server, right? See, as much as you can perform the lab, we always stand with you, right? If sometime I will be not available, then 100% another trainer will be there who will be responsible to answer your query in the group. Right? So just put your query in the group whenever you need help. Okay, so recording is clear. You will get recording just after 10 minutes of lab class. Second, lab. So you all are going to set up lab in your own hardware. I am not going to provide you any lab access.
Okay.
Right? We'll provide the support for packet tracer, GNS3 and EVNG. I need these three software in the laptop of you all guys. These three software. First thing that you should do if you don't have the lab just after the class is installing the lab. Set up all these three lab. Second thing, you should have router, switch and firewall in EVNG. You should have router in GNS3, and in the packet tracer you will get all the servers, routers, switches, wireless devices, everything is there. Okay. Second thing, notes. So I have here one link to download notes from my drive. So make sure you all have downloaded all the file and just make one folder on your computer with name, let's say CCNA plus CCNP training, November training, right, by Praful sir, and just put all the notes there. So whenever I need to tell you to prefer any note, right, I will tell you just read it from there. Okay. So these are the two prerequisites, and leave everything else. Just focus on class, focus on content, join the class every day. So whenever I am assigning you the lab, make sure you are configuring the lab, right? And after the class, if you have 95% attendance, right, if you have joined the 95% class and you have performed all the lab which I have given you, and you have listened me very carefully in the whole class, doesn't matter you have revised it or not, doesn't matter. I am damn sure after this training you will have a remarkable improvement in your technical skill. Trust me, you all can measure that. Okay, so requirement is just join the live classes, listen me very carefully. Right, if someone are sitting in office, then don't join the live class, just prefer the recording, right? You are in the WhatsApp group, you can ask your dot there. Right, whenever you are watching the video or joining the live session, first your focus attention should be on the board where I am explaining. If anything, any word, even alphabet also, if you are not able to understand at any point while configuration, while explaining theory, while packet flow, while capturing the packet, anytime if you have any question, just stop me there. Hey Praful, wait a minute, this is not clear to me, first let me clear it. Otherwise, ons bro, you will break the link. After that it will be very complicated for me to take you on the track again. So I am going to follow one path definitely to teach you, right? And what I want, you guys should be on the track only every day. All the class, whatever classes we are going to conduct in future, all the classes are connected with each other. Today class is connected with tomorrow class is after tomorrow class, this way. Whatever things we are going to discuss today, where we are going to leave today, from the same where we will start tomorrow. Because topic by topic we are not going to learn, automatically all topic is going to cover. Just understand the network of a company from the ground, like from the connecting two computers together to connecting 1,000 branches together. And forwarding data in the secure environment, how it is possible. And then think about the troubleshooting. If there is issue, how we can troubleshoot. And about the improvement, how we can now improve. Now there is security, there is security, all are working fine. How we can improve, how we can enhance the optimization of devices. how we can reduce the CPU utilization of devices. And once you have that level of skill that you are able to optimize the device, you are able to optimize the configuration, you are able to reduce the CPU utilization of devices, you can start your career growing exponentially. You will see that your career has started growing because lots of companies are there who are looking for network engineer, skillful network engineer, but network engineers are not available who can manage their entire infrastructure. People know the routing, some people know the switching, some people know the security, some people know the SD-WAN, some people know the SD access. One people, you have to become one with these all. You know routing also, you know switching also, you know security also, you know SDN also. Everything you can do. From configuration, even from the installing the devices in rack can be also done by you. So from the installation to live, then troubleshooting, then maintenance, improvement, right? Everything you have to learn, you have to practice, because the simulation software, whatever simulation software we have, those are really very good tools, guys, very good tools. Exactly whatever thing we are going to do in the real-time network, same thing we can do here in EVNG. EVNG and real-time network, there is no any difference. So see, this is an opportunity for us that before applying it in the industry, like earlier, let's say if these softwares are not available, right, and you want to learn, you have to go for internship somewhere, right? But here you are getting hands-on. And if you have good hands-on for the configuration of our devices, that means you are ready to work on real devices as well. Even you can add that in your resume that you have hands-on on the OSPF, on all the routing protocol, on switching or firewall. You have only hands-on. That is also going to help you to change your job, to get new job. Also, whoever has something in mind, I am able to see if people are raising their hand. Just wait. I am allowing you to speak. 1 minute. First of all, guys, before starting, confirm me that my voice is clear or crystal or not. Clear and crystal or not?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Fully clear?
It's clear.
No noise,
Yeah.
nothing, no disturbance?
No.
Okay, great. Yes, so if anyone have anything, want to speak, you are allowed to speak. Unmute yourself and speak. Even you want to turn on the camera, you can turn it on.
I'm very sorry, just one last question. Every time there will be new meeting link, or this meeting link will be
every
active?
day new
for-
meeting link. Every day. See, earlier I was not sending link every day, right? But this is like reminder every day to you. So that's why I will be sharing new link every day in the group. Okay, so every day you will get two links. One link to join live class, one link to access recording. Yeah, you will get the notes. You will get the note, all the notes. Whatever notes we have, everything we are providing you, right? If you have seen any note somewhere and you didn't get that, just message us, right? See, there is Arun in your WhatsApp group. So for notes or for any management regarding issue, you can message him. You can call him directly as well, right? He is my team member. I will add one more people there, Baba Shankar, and one more trainer there in your group, right? Who is also working professional, who is in Dubai, right? He is a network engineer there. So I will be there in the technical, and Heather will be there for the technical. Arun Bavasankar will be for the management, right? Like for the training completion certificate, for any node related query, right? For payment, for those things, for regarding those all, you can contact to Arunji.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Uh, I just joining late, Sorry for that.
no problem.
I see that the courses is for CCNA and CCNP, so I want to know
Yeah, hi
some.
Praful, this is Jaswinder.
Hello.
Okay.
I want a
Hello.
Hello, yes. I say that the courses is, for CCNA and CCNP or like only for CCNP.
This is for CCNA plus CCNP combo.
to make a
Two people are
Okay.
speaking at same time.
class. Is any chance this recording are downloadable or is online?
Do you want downloadable video? Tell me which type of
Yeah,
video you
please.
need.
Please. I'm any AVI or any MPG or something like that. It would be great.
Okay. Okay, then what I will do, then I will upload the video on Drive, right? So guys, make sure you will download the video within 1 week, because after 1 week I will delete them from the Drive. You have two options to access the video. One, I will share the link. Through that link you can access that video for the lifetime. You will have access, right? I will upload there and I will share the link, right? You have to keep the link somewhere safely. Through that link you can access that video. You don't need to download. If you want downloadable video, if you want to download it in your computer, right? So what I can do, I can upload the recording on Drive. From there you can download, but on the Drive I don't have unlimited space. So after 1 week I will be deleting the previous recording. Which one? Which one? Which one? For all? Okay then. Should I? So after 1 week I will. Okay then. So guys, yeah, most welcome, sir. Okay, guys, just one thing. You can let me know in the comment. How many of you are working professional, network engineer, already working in the networking industry? Say yes. Just type yes in the chat if you are working in networking industry. Yes, in the networking. Yes. Mohit is network engineer. Raju is network engineer. Fine. Kamran is network. Great. Okay, no problem, no problem. You are also network engineer. Fine, sing. And there are some old students, so you can also put or you can ignore it. No. So don't type no. Just type yes if you are network engineer. Already a network engineer. Then the second question is, how many of you are working professional but in different domain? How many of you type D for the different domain? If anyone is working professional, working in the industry but in different domain, right? Maybe telecom domain, desktop support engineer, or any other software engineer. Ranjan, okay. Sandeep, okay. D, telecom, okay. D, G, Pooja D, okay. Different domain, telecom domain, okay. By the way, telecom is not different domain, that is similar, but I know it might be possible you are working on like DWDM or the MUXs, multiplexers, okay. So here you need to learn the core IT, router, switches, firewall, IPS, IDS, access point, WLC, okay. So many people belongs to different domain. Okay, now just I want to know, is there anyone who don't know anything about networking? They don't know what is IP address. anyone who don't know what is IP address, if anyone is there who is thinking that I don't know IP address, what is IP address? I don't know, right? Just type I in the chat. I, different domain, United, okay. Just type I if there is anyone who is thinking that I don't know IP address as well. Okay, no one. Everyone have some knowledge, right? But again, I will start from the zero only. Okay, so it might be possible that first 2 class or 3 class can be boring for you, right? If you already know the basic. We have networking as a part, but not involved on the daily basis. Yeah, no problem. No problem for that. Okay, I will start from the zero. If you will get bored in few 2-3 class, no worry. Just wait and keep patience. Definitely we will learn everything. Okay. So everyone have basic knowledge, but again I will start from the basic, and just to test, I am going to ask you one question. Can you guys explain OSI model in one line? In one line only. What is OSI model? In one line. It is a reference model. Okay, very good. Really appreciate. Anything else? 7 layers. Leave layers. See, I have not asked you layer. Again, in the interview, if interview is also asking you what is OSPF, then only say what is OSPF. Don't explain the layers. Right? They can ask you like layers. How many layers are there? What is the name of layers? What is the responsibility of particular layer? Whatever interview is asking, first try to understand the question. Right? He is asking what is OSI model, so I will only explain what is OSI. Anything else? Anybody?
OSI model helps to intercommunication between users and applications.
Okay, great. Appreciate. Anything else?
OSI model is basically what has communicate with different kind of devices.
Okay, great. Wow. Like different vendor devices.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Anything else?
It breaks the network functions related to
Wow. Okay. Great. Yes. Anyone else? Guys, this is why we come up with OSI model, to make communication between different vendor devices. But you know, like whenever we are going outside, whenever we are going, let's say office, what we are doing before leaving the main door? Before leaving the main door, we are just performing some task. Performing task can be like wearing the shirt, right? Bath, lunch, every day, right? So in the same way, whenever your computers, not only computers, any networking devices, whenever these devices send any data, whenever devices need to send any data, so before sending that data, computer have to wear the shirt. They have to add extra information, right? Like where I am going to forward it. Like when you are sending the letter to your friend, what you are doing, you are adding the source address, destination address, right? And OSI model is a process of doing this task. OSI model is actually responsible for doing this task only, right? Just to prepare the data to forward it on the network, like adding source IP, destination IP, source MAC, destination MAC, TCP header, source port, destination port. These are extra information like your address in the letter, right? So you can say OSI model is a process which tells how data out from a computer and how data enter in a computer, right? It is going to tell me the behavior of a device while sending the data. how they are going to behavior means how they are going to add layer 3 header. In the layer 3 header there are IP addresses, which protocol they will use to add that header, right? At each layer, whatever layer we have, those are nothing but the task, some kind of task. And why we divide anything? Why we have 7 layers? We divide anything just to make that thing easy. Like if I will give you a book of 1000 pages without any chapter, without any unit, can you read it? No, no one can read that. It will be very complicated. So to make it easy, we can divide it into multiple parts, into unit, chapter, so that it will be easier for those who are going to read the book. So we divide anything just to make that thing easy. So big task is divided into 7 parts. Reason, just to make it easy. Otherwise I cannot teach you the OSI model. It is going to be very complicated. If everything is going to happen in same box, then it will be complicated to understand. If we will divide it into multiple parts, then layer by layer anyone can teach to anybody. Right? So before leaving the data from a computer, from a device networking device, whatever task that device is going to perform, that process is called OSI model. And why OSI model? The reason is earlier this process of adding extra information, or you can say performing this task, was vendor specific. The Dell has their own process, right, to add IP header, to add Ethernet header, to add TCP header. HP has their own process. So now these two devices cannot communicate, right? Because let's say HP device is going to send one hello message to Dell device. HP device has different protocol to add source IP address. Even let's say for an example, you are going to send letter to your friend and the language is different. The language which you have used is unknown for your friend. Can your friend read it? No. Same thing is happening over here. The Dell has their own mechanism for the communication through the network. HP has their own process. So that's why a common organization, common process is called OSI model. This is if someone is asking you why we come up with OSI model. So we come up with OSI model to make communication possible between different vendor devices. We come up with OSI model to make communication possible between different vendor devices. Right? What is OSI model? It is a process which tells how data is going to be prepared for forwarding and how a device is going to receive the traffic. Like the technical term is encapsulation and decapsulation. Whenever a machine is going to transmit, sender machine will perform encapsulation, right? Like putting letter in the envelope is called encapsulation, means adding extra information with actual data is known as encapsulation. So source machine, why?
Is it possible to share OSP?
Yeah, it's possible.
So it will be better if you share OSP.
So like on the screen there is nothing now. Okay, when I will be, okay, let me share it. And please confirm when it is visible. Visible? Is my screen completely clear, guys? Clear and crystal, like voice? Okay, great. For everyone, it should be very clear. Like quality is the first priority. Okay. So what I am saying, OSI model. OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. Okay, you don't need to learn the history. what I am saying, whenever you need to send a letter to your friend, first you are going to write the letter. That is your actual information. That is your actual information data. And now you cannot send this to your friend. To send it to your friend, you have to add address here, right? So you are going to put the data in envelope. And on the envelope, you are going to add source address and destination address. Source address and destination address. After that, you can give this letter to postman. In the same way, if I have two computers, the smallest network of the world is connecting two computers together, or connecting to any device, like it can be mobile phone also, or doesn't matter how you are connecting. You can connect through Bluetooth, you can connect through Wi-Fi hotspot, you can connect through cable, right? Anyhow, devices should be connected with each other. Now here you can see computer A and computer B, right? Guys, to send a letter, we are using two address here, source address and destination address. In the same network also, if you want to send information from one device to another device, you have to use some kind of address. You have to use some kind of address. The actual work of network engineer is sending information, means your data, from one location to another location in the secure environment. This is the main work of network engineer, right? This is the thing that network engineer do, right? So here we need address, and in the network we are using two types of address. Two types of address. Why? Address is used to identify the device, that's it. Just to identify the device, right? We have two types of address here. So first of all, both address should be configured on devices. The basic requirement of network is there should be source IP address, there should be destination IP address, basic requirement. There should be source MAC address, and there should be destination MAC address. These are the basic requirement of network. Note here one more thing, that is medium. Medium should be there. It can be wired or it can be wireless, but any link must be there between source and destination. One link should be there. It can be physical or it can be virtual, physical or logical. Physical means which we can touch, which we can see. Logical means it is working, link is there, but we are not able to feel it, we are not able to touch it, we are not able to see it. This is the difference between hardware and software. Anyone can tell me the difference between hardware and software? What is the difference between hardware and software? Can we use a hardware without a software? Hey, it's a very simple question. You all belongs to at least like the technical department. Difference between hardware and software, just unmute yourself and speak. To learn, you have to communicate first.
Software means it is a user interface.
Software means it is an user interface, okay, and hardware?
Hardware means it is a device.
Okay, anything else? Okay.
Hardware and software both are important.
Okay. Hardware is a physical component, first of all, yes or no? The physical component means we can touch it, we can see it. And software is an program, virtual, instruction you can say, right? Means software is something who is going to instruct, who is going to give instruction to hardware how to operate. Right? Then only your hardware will operate. You cannot use hardware without software because there is no one who is going to give instruction. So to use hardware, software is required. In the same way, like we have two types of medium: wired, physical, which we can see, touch, and one is wireless. Okay. We can also create virtual link. That is tunnel technology, like VPN technology. Right. In the SD-WAN, we are like we have only overlay. SD-WAN is an overlay technology only. Means all the connection where traffic is going to, actual traffic is going to flow, are the virtual connection between all the devices. And we can connect two devices together through also wirelessly medium, through AP, through hotspot you can connect two devices, through Bluetooth you can connect devices, and after that data. Right? Basic requirement of communication. There should be some actual information, medium, source IP, destination IP, source MAC, destination. Anything else? Yes, one thing is still missing. That is protocol. Protocol means set of rule. The reason why I am teaching you in English is few people don't know Hindi. So it is an rule for me that Praful, if you want to teach everyone, you have to speak English only. In the same way, this PC1, if PC1 is going to send some data to PC2, they have to use same protocol, same process, which PC2 can understand. That is what protocol means. Both machines should use common process, common protocol. Then only they can communicate. If we have these all things, then two devices can communicate. Yes or no? Guys, 1 minute. Sorry. Sorry, by mistake I have turned off my server. Okay. So the basic requirement of communication. Now question is, Praful, tell me all the thing one by one. Who is going to provide source IP, destination IP, source MAC, destination MAC, medium, data, protocol? Who is the responsible for these all? Sorry, by mistake. So who tell me who is responsible? Guys, OSI is not responsible. See, you have to configure the IP address. OSI is operating system like software. Who is the customer? Customer is going to use the network service. Network engineer is going to configure the IP.
7 layers responsible. Every device has their own identification, so MAC address will be provided by the particular device, and
Manufacturer company provided by the vendor. MAC address. Okay.
physical identification. And for IP, source IP, means a network engineer, what kind of configuration he wants, he will provide.
Yeah, either they can like configure manually or they can set up the DSCP. So at the end, this is the task of network engineer. Medium, for the medium also, you are the responsible. For data, customer, who is going to send the data. Right? It can be salesperson. Salesperson is going to use the network, right? HR person is going to use the network, but they don't know how to configure the IP address, right? So you have to make the network prepare so that they guys can use it. They are going to send the actual data. They are going to open the HR portal, and maybe HR portal is on cloud, or it is on your server in the data center, right? And protocol, some protocols are pre-configured on the device in operating system, and some protocol you are going to configure it, and you are allowed to modify some protocol which are predefined configure as well, right? Like by default, the protocol for the encapsulation at layer 3 is IPv4, right? So you can change it to IPv6. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is customization, but this service is going to used by network engineer also and by the customer also, right? For these, source MAC, destination MAC, vendor company is going to assign, and source IP, destination IP. Now let's understand, we have two more types of address, that is source port, destination port. Total 6 types of address are there in network. Total 6 types of addresses are there in the network: source IP, destination IP, source MAC, destination MAC, source port, destination port. With the help of IP address, we can identify the host. We cannot identify the service. It might be possible on one server, multiple services are running. Let's say I have one server, and on that server, I have configured the DNS service, I have configured the DHCP service, I have configured the HTTPS service, right? So IP address is going to be same on the server, maybe 10.1.1.1 for all the services. So whenever this server is going to receive the traffic, how it will identify? This is HTTP traffic, DHCP traffic, or DNS traffic with the help of port number, right? So to identify the service, we have one more address, that is port number. We'll talk about that later. For now, where we are going to configure these IP addresses and MAC addresses, right? Let's say on PC1. On PC1, there will be source MAC address, IP address. Where we are going to configure it? On the hardware,
Yes.
right? So guys, the first hardware in networking is NIC. First hardware that you need to learn as a network engineer is NIC, right? Second hardware that you need to learn is cables. Third device that which you need to learn is switch. Fourth device that you need to learn is router. Fifth device that you need to learn is firewall. Basic firewall. Again, firewall is a separate course, but you should have basic knowledge like how to configure the IP addresses, how to configure the NAT, how to configure the VPN, right? Like the general configuration, which are required everywhere. How to configure basic policies, okay? Then access point, then WLC, right? So at least you have to master these devices. If you know the function of these all devices, then you can call yourself as a network engineer. You can say, I am network engineer, right? You should be able to install it. You should be able to connect the devices, these devices together. You should be able to configure it, and you should be able to maintain it. Like you should have knowledge about the monitoring tool. You should have knowledge about the ticketing tool. Like when problem will come, how you will identify the issue, how you will get the issue, right? Because who is using the internet? Customer using the internet. So if there is issue, first customer is going to face that, right? So we have some tools.
Which tool are we are using, sir?
We'll see now that. How we can discuss that now, brother. Then troubleshooting tool. Many tools are there, and don't worry about those things. These are the topics after learning the basic things. for these all topics we are going to, so for now your question can be what is firewall also, what is access point also, how firewall works, how to configure firewall, right? This is also a question. Lots of things here I have wrote. So we are going to learn these all one by one. One by one we are going to learn these all things. Like multiple protocols are running layer at layer. For example, here at layer 3 for the encapsulation IPv4 protocol is running. At layer 2 for the encapsulation ARPA protocol is running. At layer 4 it depends on the traffic receiving from the application layer. It can be TCP, it can be UDP. So the multiple protocols are running, right? Not single routing protocol. In the routing also, right, in real time in the network we are not going to configure one protocol. We will so between two PC multiple protocols are running. No, this is invalid question. They cannot ask you this question that which protocol is running between two PC. This is invalid question, okay? Yeah. So where I was? Okay. So fine. Two PC are there. Question is where we are going to configure the IP. So we are going to configure the addresses on NIC. Network interface card. Network interface card. Now that means it is clear that we are not going to configure addresses on PC, right? There are something called NIC on the PC which is connected with motherboard, right? On the hardware we have motherboard, and with the motherboard this port is directly connected, hard coded, right? This is, again I am not saying this is a program or software, this is hardware. NIC is a hardware. It can be for wireless NIC, it can be wired NIC, it can be wireless NIC. Wireless NIC is going to connect devices wirelessly, but again there also you have to configure IP, and on wire NIC also you have to configure the IP, right? So first address is MAC address. The vendor company is going to hard code MAC address on the NIC port, and your MAC address is globally unique. Question is how company knows that the MAC address which I am going to hard code on the NIC for this particular computer is globally unique. So guys, there are organization who is managing these things, non-profitable organization called INA. INA is managing the entire internet, right? Who is managing the MAC addresses, right? Actually MAC address, if I will talk about the MAC address here, let me tell you something about the MAC address. MAC address, it is an 48 bits address represented in hexadecimal. Now can anyone tell me how many bits are required to represent one hexadecimal character? How many bits? Not 8 bits. 4 bits. Very good. 4 bits are required because in hexadecimal we have total how many character? 02, 01, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. How many characters are there? 16 characters are there, right? Guys, by using one bit, we can write either 0 or 1, right? This bit can be either on or it can be off. By using 2 bits we can represent 4 values, right? Because two bits can be 00, or it can be 01, or it can be 10, or it can be 11, right? So 4 possibilities are there, right? So we can represent 4 decimal value, right? So here in hexadecimal we have total 16 character. How many bits are required? 4 bits are required, right? So total length of MAC address is 48, right? And represented in hexadecimal means how many character are there in the MAC address? 48 divided by 4 means 12. 12 characters are there in MAC address, and you know character can be 0 to F. Means your lowest MAC address can be 12 times 0. Your lowest MAC address, smallest MAC address can be what? 12 times 0. This one is the lowest MAC address, smallest, and largest MAC address can be 12 times F. Yes or no? All the MAC addresses are going to lie between this range only. Yes or no? Yes. Right? And to make it unique, what we did, we divide it into 2 parts. We divide it into 2 parts to make it unique. How we divide it? See, total 48 bits are divided into 2 parts, right? Means 24 bit, first 24 bit, first 24 bits and last 24 bits. Last 24 bits, right? First 24 bits are OUI and last 24 bits are vendor assign. Vendor assign. Means vendor are going to assign only 24 bits, right? OUI is organizational unique identifier. Who is going to provide OUI? INA. To whom? To the vendor company. So let's suppose, for an example, there is one company whose name is Dell, right? Dell is going to manufacture their devices, networking devices, right? So first they will purchase OUI from the INA, and let's say INA have sell one OUI, that is 24 bits means how many characters? 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? Let's say this is OUI of Dell. Now Dell need to build first computer, first NIC, right? So they are going to define last 24 bits, right? Last 24 bits, let's say same. For the second PC, see, OUI will be same, but here value is 1. For third NIC, value can be 2 here, like 1 0. Vendor is Dell only. Vendor is Dell, right? And in all the MAC addresses, yeah. OUI is same and vendor bits are changing. Vendor have 24 bits. They are allowed to modify their value, but they cannot modify the OUI part. Okay, first 24 bits. See, they can design like MAC address from this to 6 times F. This will be the last MAC address of Dell from this OUI, right? So Dell can design how many MAC address? 4 5 6. Dell can design how many MAC addresses with the help of one OUI? Dell can design 2 to the power 24. 24 bits are vendor assigned. Now there is another vendor, let's say HP, right? So HP is also going to manufacture the computer. HP also need what? OUI first for the NIC. So they are going to purchase the OUI. This time INA is not going to sell same OUI because it have already sell that to Dell. So this time INA is going to sell this one. Let's say this one. Right? And the first MAC address of HP is going to be what? This one. All 0. Right? Second MAC address is going to be this one. What is happening here with the size? Last MAC address is going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all F. So here also you can see, between the MAC address, first MAC address of Dell and HP, the vendor assigned value is same, but the OUI is different. That's why both MAC addresses are unique. That's why both MAC addresses are unique. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is how we make the MAC address globally unique. This is just because of OUI, right? And INA is going to make the database for all the cell OUI. Whenever you will destroy the PC, your hardware, company are going to reuse that MAC address. Company will reuse that MAC address. See, this is globally unique. Like attacker, what attackers are doing? Let's say you are going to do some illegal work from your laptop, right? So your laptop have globally unique MAC address.
Sorry to interrupt you, but the last Mac of HP and Dell are same. Couldn't it be 501?
Here it will be 1. This is 1. 1. Okay. So you have purchased a laptop of Dell, right? Dell know the MAC address of your laptop. Dell know the MAC address of your laptop. If you do some illegal work, they can track your laptop, right? So before doing some illegal work, hacker are changing the NIC only, right? They guys have fake NIC, lots of fake NIC. So they are replacing it because IP address can be replaced, logical address, right? But MAC address is permanent address and it is unique address. Means your device only have that MAC address. And guys, as all devices are connected together through the internet, it is not complicated to track a device through MAC address. We can track the device through MAC address also. The reason why we have two types of address is, see, if each device have the unique MAC address, right? And if we are going to make communication on the basis of MAC address only, then just remember, just think about the database size of device. Like if this device need to communicate with their friend who is sitting in US, right? And whoever there on the internet, to everyone, if this device want to communicate, first they have to store MAC address of all the devices in their database, the destination, right? The route for that particular MAC address. So it is not possible. One device cannot maintain the MAC address of entire world devices. So that's why we have what IP address now, right? So some devices are going to maintain table for the IP addresses. On the basis of that, it will take forwarding decision, right? And one IP address can represent lots of IP addresses, right? It can represent 10 to the power 24 IP addresses. One entry can represent this much amount of IP addresses, right? So let's suppose, for an example, on the internet I have one router, right? And there is one organization. In that organization there are lots of users who are using the IP addresses. Let's say 10,000 IP addresses are there. 10,000. So should this router need to maintain 1,000 entry? No, this router can maintain a single entry, right? For all the PCs, it can forward traffic to this company. But if we are going to use only MAC address for the communication, definitely this router have to maintain entry for each and every device. all the whatever hardware we have, guys, there is some capability, right? Like they can maintain a limited number of entry, they can maintain limited database, they can establish limited number of connection, either it can be TCP connection or any connection. Okay, so any question from the MAC address? MAC address is 48 bits address. There are 12 character, right? And there are two parts, OUI and vendor assign. OUI is organizational unique identifier, which makes MAC address globally unique, right? And now if I will talk about the representation, so representation depends on operating system, right? Like Dell can have their own representation, HP can have their own representation. Like they can, let's say there is one MAC address 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and A B C D E F. This is one MAC address of a device, of an NIC port, right? So company can represent it like this. Here they can put one dot, 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 and here they can put one dot. Right, what happened? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 A B C D. Huh? Here na. Like representation can be any thing. Like this way they can represent, right? Or they can represent like 1 2 3 4 colon 5 6 7 8 colon 9 A B C D E F. Here is the colon, this way, right? They can represent in another way also, like this. Like after every 3 character there is colon or there is dot, right? So these are representation, only representation, right? Here it will be 0 and here is going to be your colon here, this way. Okay, so this is one valid MAC address and this is also the valid MAC address. If we have here colon or let's say dot, is there any difference between these two MAC address? Answer is no, both are same. So Cisco operating system has their own representation of MAC address and Juniper has their own, HP has their own, Windows has their own, right? In Linux you will find different representation, in Windows you will find different representation. See in Windows how we are representing the MAC address, but the range and the value is going to be exactly same like this. So see here on my laptop there are multiple NIC port. Okay, so this is not necessary that on one PC I can have only one NIC. It depends how many way are there to connect your laptop to network, right? If there are 5 NIC, that means there are 5 way to connect your device to network, right? Like in my scenario, see on my laptop I have one Wi-Fi NIC, I have one LAN NIC, I have one Bluetooth NIC, right? So I can use any NIC to connect my computer to network, to any other networking devices, right? And see the physical address, where this is IPv6 address. Are you able to see the physical address? This way. right? But if you will check on Cisco operating system, so Cisco represent like this. Cisco represents MAC address like this way, right? So done. MAC address will be provided by vendor company, right, on the NIC port. And if someone will ask you how many NIC port can be there on one computer, again this is not a valid question, right? If someone is asking you how many NICs are there in your computer, so you can say 3, 4, whatever NICs are there, right? So totally you can say like basically the number of available option to connect the computer to any other networking device is called number of NIC, right? And each NIC will have MAC address, and for the communication between devices you have to configure the IP address, right? So as a network engineer you are going to configure the IP address, right? And for the IP configuration we have two options. Either we can configure manually I can tell to PC, bro, this is your IP address, or I can tell to my PC that, bro, there is one DHCP server somewhere. Whenever you need IP address, just send one request to that server. That server will give you one IP address. So take that IP, and after that, whenever you need to communicate to any other device, use that IP as a source. Later we'll see the DHCP, how DHCP works. Now, second type of address is IP address. Second type of address is IP address. So what is IP address? IP address is logical address, means changeable address. We are going to configure it, right? And it is 32 bits address, 32 bits, and represented in dotted decimal, represented in dotted decimal, right? We have 4 field here. We divide entire IP address into 4 part. Divide it into 4 parts and separate it each part with dot, right? So 32 bits IP address, if I will divide it into 4 part, then each part will get how many bits? 8 bits. And by using 8 bits, what minimum value you can represent if all the 8 bits are 0? It will be 0 in decimal. And maximum value if all the bits are 1, 250, 256 or 5? 5. 5. 5, 5, 5. 5. 8. 2 to the power 8 is called 255. No, right? You are calculating in wrong way. This one is right. What I am saying, if you have 8 bits, what value you can represent? So my bits can be either all 0 or it can be all 1, right? The maximum value. So if all bits are 1, then decimal value, you know, binary to decimal. Binary to decimal. So if you will convert this binary in decimal, you will get 255. The reason this bit is 2 to the power 0 means 1. This bit is 2 to the power 2 means 4. This bit is 2 to the power 3, 8, 16, 32, 64 and 128. And after that, when you will add all the value, you will get 255 here. So 256 is incorrect.
255 is the value of 1, but the number of IP addresses is 256.
Yeah, I am not asking you the number of IP addresses. I'm audible? Am I audible, guys? Yes. So definitely, if someone will ask you like how many IP addresses are there, then 256, but range will be 0 to 255. So what I said, we have 4 field now: field 1, field 2, field 3, and field 4. In each field, value can be from 0 to 255. Value over here can be 0 to 255, right? In second field also value can be 0 to 255. In third field also value can be 0 to 255. In fourth field also, right? That means my smallest IP address will be what? 0.0.0.0. My smallest IP address will be 0.0.0. Means all the bits are 0 in each field. And my largest IP address can be 255.255.255.255. Means all the bits are 1 in all the field. Yes or no? All the IP address is going to lie between this range. If someone will ask you that this IP address 10.150.258, is it a valid IP address? Invalid. Now question is, why invalid? Because in each field we have only 8 bits, and by using 8 bits we can write maximum decimal value, that is 255. Right, here value is 258. It is incorrect IP address. Right. Okay, second question. 255.255.255.255. Is it a valid IP address? Yeah, that is fine. The broadcast, that is type of IP address, na? That is type of IP address. It is an IP address, valid IP or not? No, if PC need to send packet to all the machine, then definitely they will send on this address. That means it is an valid IP, na? It is an IP address, right? Don't worry about the type. We'll see that. For now, just keep in mind this, what we have covered here. So according to this rule, this is an valid IP, correct, guys? Right? Then 170.180.190.500. Is it invalid? Invalid. 300.1.1.1. Invalid. Right? 100.500.1.1. Invalid. In second field value is 500. Right? Now guys, see, the each field is going to carrying 8 bits. So sometime we are saying octet as well. Right? To this field we are saying octet. Means this is first octet, this is second octet, this is third octet, and this one is fourth octet. Right? So we can say we have 4 octet in the IPv4 address. 4 octet. Right? And we are separating all the field with the help of dot. So total number of IP addresses are 2 to the power 32. Right? But the demand is more than this. Demand is more than the available IPv4 address. So what we did to reduce the shortage, of IPv4 address, what we did, we divide this IP address into classes. The reason? Shortage. We have only 2 to the power 32 IP addresses, but the number of devices on internet is huge, more than that. Right? Multiple people are using multiple devices, and nowadays your car key also need IP address, your remote also need IP address. Right? So one people is using multiple IP addresses. Right? So we divide it into classes just to reduce the shortage. Now question is, Praful, how you are going to divide the IP address in class? So I can say I will divide IP into classes on the basis of value present in first octet. I will divide IPv4 address on the basis of value present in first octet. Doesn't matter what is the value in second octet, third octet, fourth octet. Not matter. The value present in first octet is going to define the class. Value present in first octet is going to define the class. Now, see, don't worry about the range. Soon I am going to tell you how we get this range as well, right? But for now, what I am saying, if the value in first octet belongs to 0 to 127, that are class A IP address. Class A. If value in first octet belongs to 128 to 191 belongs to class B. Class B. And if range is from 192 to 223, then range class C. Now you can ask, Praful, what about the rest IP address? 224, 225, 226. So don't worry about those. Those IP addresses are reserved for another technology called multicasting and research. Right? You are going to learn the range later. As a network engineer, mainly you are going to work on these three classes. Class A, class B, class C. Now again I have one question, let me ask you. I'm going to write one IP address here and you need to tell me the class. 10.1.1.1. Tell me, this IP address belongs to which class? Class A. 172.16.1.1. 192.168.1.1. Class C. Right? Then 150.1.1.1. B. 1.255.255.255. Yeah, 200.1.1.1. Class C. 5.1.200.254. Class A. Correct. To identify the class, we only need to check what? First octet value. Right? Now question is how we get this range. Right? So before talking about this range, let me introduce you one more thing, that is how to identify the network bits and host bits in the IP address. Guys, each IP address is combination of two things, network and host. All the IP address, you can see any IP address are combination of 0 and 1. Yes or no in binary? All the IP addresses are combination of 0 and 1. Means there are some 1s and there are some 0s. Right? In networking, 1, many times you have seen 1 means on and 0 means off. 1 means on, 0 means off. Right? So here in networking, 1 means network bit. Network bit. And 0 means host bit. Right? And the tool, or you can say the marker, which can specify how many network bits and how many host bits are there in a particular IP address is called subnet mask. Subnet mask. Subnet mask is a tool or marker which can specify how many network bits are there and how many host bits are there. Means how many ones are there and how many zeros are there. Getting my point? First, 32 bits address. IPv4 is 32 bits address represented in dotted decimal. We have 4 fields. Each field carry 8 bits information. So range in each field can be from 0 to 255. Then to reduce the shortage, we divide it into classes. We have class A, class B, class C. And all the IP addresses are combination of zeros and one, means network bits and host bit. And subnet mask is the tool which specify how many host bits and how many network bits are there in a particular IP address. This is the sentence. Simple. Clear? To all?
Yes.
What about others? Only 2 people.
Yes.
Okay. What about others? Is it not clear to anyone? Great.
Clear, sir.
Great. Now, let's understand the range. Guys, before understanding the range, if anyone are not strong in binary to decimal, then please let me know. Anyone who have confusion in binary to decimal conversion or decimal to binary conversion? Anybody? Anyone are there? Like for the 8 bits, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 8. Right? 0, then 1. Like I said, subnet mask is used to identify how many ones and how many zeros are there in IP address. Right? You know, IP, these are the binary bits. So there are some zeros and ones. So subnet mask will identify that. Right? Soon you are going to understand. Don't worry. These are my bits. First position, second position, first position, zeros. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This. Like this. Right? This is nothing but the 2 to the power 0. This is nothing but the 2 to the power 1. This is nothing but 2 to the power 7. So tell me, 2 to the power 7 is what? What value you will get? 2 to the power 7? 128? Yes, you will get 128. 2 to the power 7 is nothing but 128. 2 to the power 6? 64. 64. 2 to the power 5? Very good. 32. 2 to the power 4? It is going to be 16. 2 to the power 3? 8. 2 to the power 2? 4. 2 to the power 1? 2 power 0? 1. Right? So, I am writing one binary here. And binary is, let's say 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. This one. Right? Means first position is on. Means this bit is on. Second position is, means this position is off. This bit is off. Right? This bit is on, network bit. Means first position, at first position we have what? Network bits. Right? At this position we have host bit. Here again we have network bits. Again host bit. Again network host. Again network host. All the ones are network bits, and all the zeros are host bit. Right? So this is binary. If you want to find the decimal of this binary, you can use this formula. How you will use this formula? Like you can see here, value is going to be here value is going to be 1, 1. Here value is going to be 0. Again here value is going to be 1. Here again value is going to be 0. Here again value is going to be 1. Here again value is going to be 0. Here again value is going to be 1. And again value is going to be here 0. Yes or no? Like this. This way. Now we can add the value, simply the decimal value. This is binary to decimal conversions, right? So my value is going to be what, guys? Output 128 multiplied by 0 is going to be 0. Here value is going to be 0. 128 multiplied by 0, value will be 0. Here 64 multiplied by 1 is going to be 64. Here again value is going to be 0. Here value is going to be 16. Here value is going to be 0. Here value is going to be 4. 4 multiplied by 1, 0 and 1. So now you can add these all value. Add button. You can add plus. Whatever value you will get, that is your decimal value. Correct? Right? Or we can draw one diagram like this way. This is also fine. We can write all the 8 bits, all the possible value, like 8 times 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Next value is going to be 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, right? And for all the last value is going to be 8 times 1, right? And you can find the decimal value for all these binary, right? Or you can find it on the Google as well. Binary to decimal, we can say. See, lots of tables are there, same thing doing, all are doing same. And this one, let's say, right? So here you can see for all the possible binary we have decimal value, right? Now what I told you, subnet mask is going to specify these bits, which are network bits and which are host bit. And guys, for all the classes we have predefined subnet mask, right? For class A we have predefined subnet mask, which is 255.0.0.0. Means in class A how many network bits are there? Slash is different thing, that is classless routing. This is right now we are talking about the class full routing, classes, class A, class B, class C. Slash value is classless. There I don't have any class. 8 are network bits and 24 are host bit. And these host bits are nothing but the available IP address for the host. Right? These host bits are nothing but the IP addresses available for host. Means 2 to the power 24 IP addresses are available in this network. Any network from class A. How many IP addresses are there? 2 to the power 24 IP addresses are there. Right? For all the network in class A. If I will talk about the class B. So for class B we have subnet mask 255.255.0.0. For class C we have subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Right? Means 24 bits are network bits and 8 bits are host bit. Means how many IP addresses are there in class C? 2 power 8 means 256. 256 IP addresses are there in class C. Right? Network portion are fixed. These portion are fixed. For class A, like let's say for class A, you have one subnet 10.1.1.1. First, I ask you, this IP address belongs to which class? You will say class A. So I tell you, for class A, subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. Means in this IP address, how many network bits are there? 8 network bits are there. How many host bits are there? 24 host bits are there. How you are identifying? With the help of subnet mask. Subnet mask is telling me na that bro 24 bits are 0 means host bit and 8 are network. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
All are getting me? Yeah. Okay. So this 10 value is going to be same on all the machine. Like from this subnet, my first IP address 10.1.1.1. Second IP address will be, first IP address is not this one, 0.0.1. Second IP 10.0.0.2. Last IP address will be 10.255.255.255.255. Right? First IP, second IP, and last IP address. So you can see in this network portion is exactly same on all the IP address. In all IP address, network portion is exactly same. So routers are going to identify the network through network ID only. Question is, what is network ID? Praful, please explain that also. Let me tell you. Can I erase this board?
Yes, yes, sir.
Anyone need? No? Basic. These are basic things. Just ignore it. Yeah. Class A. Subnet mask. 255.255.255. Sorry. 255.255.0.0.0. For class B. Class B 255.255.0.0. Class C 255.255.255.0. Guys, what is network ID? Network ID is like the main family member of your family. IP address is part of network. Like this is, my name is Praful Mishra. I am son of Vavnath Mishra, B.N. Mishra in short. My brother name is Praful Mishra. He is also son of B.N. Mishra. So you can see, me and my brother are part of Mishra, B.N. Mishra, my father. Yes or no? We are host. I am host. My brother is host, and my father is network ID. Right? Who is going to represent the entire family? Who is going to represent the entire family? In the same way, network ID is the main family member who is going to represent all the host IP address. Right? Like network. Network means what? Multiple computers, employees computer, mobile phone, tablet, printer, server, IoT devices. These are the end devices, right? We can connect these all devices together with the help of centralized device called switch. We'll see it in networking devices. Like this. Then we can connect this switch to one another device called router. Right? And now all the NIC need IP address. Right? On the PC, IP address is required on the NIC port 10.1.1.1 for an example, or 1.1.1. 1.1.1. Here IP 1.1.2. Here IP 1.1.3. Here IP 1.1.4. On the router interface IP 1.1.5. If you are thinking, Praful, why you have not configured IP on switch interface, don't worry. Right? These are layer 2 port. On the switches we have layer 2. These all are layer 2 port. Right? So on layer 2 port we don't need to configure address. Right? I will tell you how it will take forwarding decision, how switch is going to forward traffic without configuring the address there. And this is my router, let's say R1. Right? So these all are what? IP address. Can anyone tell me, guys, the network ID of these all IP addresses? Who is the main family member? 1.1.1.0 or 1.0.0.0? Yes. See, to find the network ID, you can pick any IP address. For an example, 1.1.1.1 or 1.1.1.5 or 1.1.1.4, any IP address from the subnet. Now, I am going to identify the class first. This IP address belongs to which class? Class A. I am going to write subnet mask 255.0.0.0. And now I am going to convert both into binary. So tell me the binary of 1. This one? Again, and again. Now, yeah, here 4. 1 0 0. Fine. Now tell me the binary of subnet mask. How many? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And all bits are 0. Here also we have all bits 0. Subnet mask 0 and 0. Now between subnet mask and network ID we can perform AND operation. You all know AND operation? In AND operation 0 0 is going to be, if we have input 0 and 0, then output is going to be 0. If we have input 1 and 0, then again output is going to be 0. If we have 0 and 1, then 0. And if we have 1 and 1, then output will be 1. Only in one scenario value is going to be 1. So let's perform the AND operation here. 0 and 1 is going to become what? 0. 7, all 7 bits are 0. 8 bit will be 1, right? 1 1, correct? And then in second octet all bits are going to be 0. Yes. In third also 0. Now convert it into decimal. So what will be the decimal value of this binary? 1. What will be the decimal value of this binary? What will be the decimal of this? What will be the decimal of this? 0. This is what? Network ID. This is what? Network ID. So you know how to find the network ID. If you are thinking this is lengthy process, I am going to tell you lots of shortcut, right? But this is the process. Just try to understand the deep concept. What is the concept here? So this is the main concept to find network ID, okay? For all the classes we have predefined subnet mask, which is identifying network bits and host bit. And if I have IP address, any IP address, you can identify the class. And you know the predefined subnet mask for that class. Simply you can convert it into binary, you can perform AND operation, you will get network ID. Right? By the way, there is no any difference between this and this IP address. Difference is only in terms of representation. This IP address is represented in binary and this IP address is represented in decimal. That's it. Otherwise, both IP addresses are exactly same. Yes or no? Right? Okay. Now the another IP address I am going to give you 172.16.1.1. Can you tell me the network ID? Okay. Subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. 16.0.0.
16.0.0.
Very good. Because here all bits are 1. So you are going to multiply 172 by 1. Same value you will get here. Same value you will get in second octet, and in third octet you are going to multiply value by 0. You will get 0 here. 0 here. For any IP address, let's say 10.254.150.56. What is network ID? This is the network ID. Right? 192.168.50.69. 68. Network ID. 0.0. Very good. You guys got the point. Now understand another concept. See, from class A again we have same subnet mask. Here it is. Let me copy. Now let's find how many IP addresses are there in each network. Let's understand first for class A. For class A, subnet mask is 255.0.0.0. How many network bits are there? Network bits 8. 8. Total length of IP address is 32. Out of that, network bits are 8 and host bits are 24. You know means what? Means we can design how many network from class A? 2 to the power 8. Because 8 that is host. Yeah, I am asking you how many network I can design. Network means, like you know, the range of class A is 1 to 127 in first octet, right? So IP address can be 0.1.1.1. IP address can be 1.1.100.1, right? Or it can be 50.1.1.1, or it can be 127.255.255.10, right? These all IP address belongs to class A, and these are what? Networks. These are like the first value is representing the network, means network ID of this IP address will be 0.0.0.0. network ID of this IP address is going to be 1.0.0.0. network ID of this IP address is going to be 50.0.0.0. network ID of this IP address is going to be 127.0.0.0. Yes or no? So question is, how many network I can design from class A? So formula to find number of network, and same formula we'll use in subnetting also, is 2 power n, where n is network bits. Right? Now question is valid IP address per full. Total IP address. So we'll get IP address from the host bit, right? So how many IP address are there? 2 power h, where h is host bit. Host bits. Fine. These are two formula to find number of network and number of IP address. I am not talking about the valid IP address, right? Total number of IP address. Done. Now you tell me from class A. Let's start from class C. Class C. How many networks are there? Networks. 2 power 24, right? How many IP addresses are there, means host, or I can say simply IPs. To power 8. Very good. From class B, networks, to power 16. And IPs, how many IPs are there? Same number of IP. From class C, networks, okay, sorry, class A, networks, to power 8. Class host IPs, to power 24. Guys, this is a question of CCNA 200301, but these are not right answer. These are not the right answer. Question is how many network I can design from class A? Option A, from class A. Option A, 2 power 8. Option B, 2 power 16. Option C, 2 power 7. Question D, 2 power let's say 24. So tell me which one is the right answer. How many network I can design from class A? How? Who is saying C? Please explain. Why C? First I want to see the people who is saying, yeah, all the people who is saying A are absolutely right. Anyone who is saying C? Right answer is C, but we didn't discuss that till now. So according to you, till now answer should be A, right? Just after 5 minutes, answer is going to become C for you. So if anyone is thinking right now answer is C, then let me know. No one? It's A for everyone? No. No, bro, don't worry about the loop back and leave those all things aside from a movement. According to you, answer should be A. Correct answer is A. Now guys, remember the range of classes. What I told you, range for class A is 0 to 127. What I told you, range for class B, 128 to 191. And range for class C, 192 to 223. How we get this range? How we got this range? To got this range, we reserve some bits, right? For class A, we reserve first bit, right? We said first bit will be always and always 0. First bit will be always and always 0. Total number of network bits in class A was 8, and if I have reserved 1 bit, so tell me how many free bits are there now? 7, right? So if all the 7 bits are going to be 0, 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Then value is going to be 0. If all the 7 bits are going to be 1, then value is going to be 127. This is where I got the range. How 255, brother? First bit is 0. See, 0, 1, 1, 1, 8. This is, if you will convert it into decimal, you will get 127, not 255. Here value is 0 on the 7th position. Right? So how we get range, guys? By reserving one bit. I reserve first bit, that will be always 0. No one can change it. So now tell me how many network I can design from class A. I have only 7 ones. In class A, we have only 7 network bits, free network bits. Yes or no? Network bits. So we can design 2 power 7 network. For class B, I reserve 2 bit. First bit will be always 1 and second bit will be always 0. These 2 bits are reserved, no one can change it. How many free bits are there? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What value you will get? 128. Yes, na? Everyone? Anyone not clear? One, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is my binary. So decimal value will be 128 only here. Guys, see here very carefully. First bit is 1, second bit is 0, and all 6 rest bits are 0. So decimal value is going to be 128. Is it clear to all? This is the binary, right? This is the decimal. Okay. Now, if all bits are 1, then I will get maximum value. If all bits are 1, 4, 5, 6, then I will get maximum value, which will be, what will be decimal value of 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1? 191. You can calculate it. You will get 191, right? Binary of 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is binary of 191. So from class B, again the question, same question from the CCNP exam paper. From the CCNP NRC exam paper. From class B, how many network I can design? Option A, 2 power 16. Option B, 2 power 14. Option C, 2 power 24. And option D, 2 power 8. So most of the people are saying correct answer is this one. But which one is the correct answer, guys? B. Definitely we have total 16 network bits according to the subnet mask, but to get the range we have already reserved 2 bits. Free bits are only 14. 14 free network bits are there, right? So we can only design 2 to the power 2 to the power 14 network from class B. Right? So and you can compare. If we need less number of network and more number of IP address, then I will use IP from which class? Between class A and B, tell me. Class A. Class A is providing less network but more IP address. Class B is providing less IP address and large number of network, right? And class C is providing very less number of IP address, but very much networks, right? So like if I have lots of departments, in each department there are 200 users only, so I need lots of subnet, lots of network ID. Definitely I will use IP from class C. And this is the reason, guys, in class C we will have list number of IP addresses. That's why many time you are able to see your IP address on PC belongs to class C only, because in class C number of networks are more, the valid IP addresses are less. Let me check if someone is have any question. Yes, Mohit, you are allowed to speak. You can speak. Don't need to raise hand. Just unmute yourself and speak it. To get the range, na? To get we need range for all the classes. Why we divide IPv4 address into classes? To reduce the shortage. Now for each classes we need range. So we divide first bit from all the classes. For 1 bit from class A, 2 bit from class B, 3 bit from class C. Then we got this range. This range, right? For class C, guys. For class C, if I will talk about class C, in class C, first bit will be 1, second bit will be 1, third bit will be always 0. These 3 bits are reserved, right? So how many free bits are there? 5. So if all the 5 bits are 0, you will get minimum value for class C. And if all the bits are 1, you will get maximum value from class C, right? So here value will be what? 128 plus 64. It is going to be 192, right? And the here IP address, here the value you will get 223, right? So from class C, how many network I can design? 2 power 24 or 21? 21, right? And how? Okay. Now, last thing. Okay, we already covered this na here. Here you can see. See, in class C, we have how many IP addresses? 2 power 8 means 256, correct? Here you can see how many IP addresses I have? 2 power 16, more than class C. And here in class E, I have huge number of IP addresses, 2 power 24, right? But if I will talk about the network, so here you can see number of network is huge, 2 power 24. In B, 2 power 16, less than class C. And in class A, 2 power 8 only, right? So now you can replace this value to 21, this to 14, and this to 7, right? For an example, there is one company, or let's say one university. In the university, I have some building 1, building 2, building 3. Let's say for an example 3 buildings are there. In each building I have, for example, 2 floors, and at each floor we need 200 IP addresses, 200 IPs. Here also, here also, here also, and here also. Which class you will use? Class C. Okay, if you will use class C, then how many IP address you will get in one class? At one floor, how many IP address you will get? 256. Total number of IP addresses 256. How many you need? 200. How many IP addresses you are wasting? 56, right? In each department you are wasting 56. Now for an example, if you need only 100 IP addresses in each department, that means again you have to use IP from class C only, and you will be wasting 156 IP address at each department. Correct? Correct? Yes or no? Now, is there any way to reduce this wastage also, Praful? Yes. We can reduce this wastage as well, and that is called subnetting. Subnetting means classless routing. Now, to reduce this wastage of IP address, first we divide IP into classes to reduce the shortage. Now to wastage, we are going to use classless routing. Classless IP addresses. There will be no class, right? It depends. What will be the subnet mask will depends on the required number of IP address. There is no class, nothing, right? So tell me guys, should I start submitting today or tomorrow? Can I begin? Great, great. What about others?
I would request for tomorrow.
So just this is voting. Two people are saying tomorrow, one person is saying today.
Tomorrow will be fine.
Okay, definitely. So we will have class for 2 hours every day. Okay, so we will be finishing the class at around 10 o'clock. Okay, so let's continue from here tomorrow. First we are going to finish the subnetting, then we are going to understand the hardware, right? The basic hardwares, NICs, switches, routers. Then we'll see the connecting like cable. And once you have these three knowledge, right, then we are going to start the OSI model, headers, right? And once we'll cover the OSI model, then we are going to start the packet flow between two computer. Once you are good enough with the packet flow between two computer, we can start designing the real-time network, and we can start configuring that. Right? So while configuring or implementing the networks or IP addresses in the network, make sure you have knowledge about these everything like the classes, subnet mask, IP addresses, network ID. Right? Tomorrow I will tell you the broadcast ID, network ID also.
Only for identification. Device.
Sir, can you please introduce the syllabus so that I will go for it?
No. Why I will access for syllabus? Just visit to the official website of Cisco. In the Google, just type CCNP syllabus. Right? You will get link of Cisco. There you can check the syllabus. I don't have any syllabus. CCNP.
I just syllabus, no, sir.
Sorry.
You teach us beyond the syllabus. You have
No, I am teaching in my own way. But after the training, you can compare the syllabus, right? All topic I will cover. But not according to the syllabus like Cisco sequence. I am using my own sequence. No, first tell me, is it clear about the syllabus? Yeah. Now, for the study material, you have not received the link till now, right? What about others, guys? I had already shared in the group, but you have joined late. Okay? So, I will resend it. Everyone is joining for the first class only today, bro. Right? Only few people are joining like from the previous classes also, but most of the people, more than 90% people are joining this session for the first time only, right? This is from the zero beginning, right? And I am going to cover the complete syllabus and sometime more than syllabus as well, which is more important for the real-time network, like real-time scenarios. configuration, troubleshooting, ticketing, management tools. Those are not the part of your syllabus. Okay. No. Network auto, that is separate course, brother. For that you have to learn the Python. Here you are going to learn the logic. What is the logic for programmable network? Right? You are not going to learn how to write the script to automate the configuration. Getting my point? And that is only in your syllabus as well. How to install rack means? Yeah, I will tell you that. I will tell you that how to set up the, how to like install the devices in rack, how to install, how to power, how to connect to LAN, WAN, everything. Okay. Any suggestion, guys, from anybody in the training?
No, sir, everything is fine. My end.
If anyone have any concern regarding anything, like regarding voice, videos, anything, teaching style, any problem, right, just let me know. Definitely I am ready to work on that, right, because I am very passionate to improve myself. Okay, so I always need genuine review from my student so that I can be more better. Okay, so I will never mind if you have the bad feedback, good feedback, no worry, right, just share with me. Yeah. No, every day it will be not live on YouTube. First class of all the batches are live on YouTube, right? You can check the previous courses as well. One class is there on YouTube. Yeah. It is both. Yeah, if you are if you have enrolled for the CCNP, so before finishing the combo, we'll remove you from the group. Once we'll cover the everything of CCNP, we'll remove you. Then we'll continue with the combo with those people who have enrolled for the combo, like that. So whoever have enrolled for CCNA, like there is no one, right? We have not allowed anyone for the CCNA student in this batch. You all are either enrolled for combo or for the CCNP, right? So guys, first of all, I am covering the common topic, which are the part of both CCNA plus CCNP. And after that, we will have some additional topics, right? So actually, I have divided the entire course into 7 module, right? So at 7th module we'll separate the CCNP student. Their syllabus will get finished, they will get the training completion certificate, and whoever have enrolled for the combo, we will have module number 8 and module number 9, like that, right? And I have some old student as well, so definitely those guys are enjoying. And definitely if anyone have suggestion anything from the previous batch, like few people are there, 3 to 4 I think, right? So you guys can also ask, and even you guys are also allowed to join any upcoming batch in future. You have enrolled once, and now any batch in future you are allowed to join. You can join any batch in future if you want to revise. You can join any batch in future to revise, right? It is not sure that everyone is going to complete the course here, right? Maybe sometime anyone can have some issue, can have some shift change, so they will be not able to continue. They will stop joining class during the training, right? So you can again resume your training whenever you will get time in future, right? Just you need to inform us, and whenever our new batch will be starting at that time, we'll add you in the group. Okay, anything else? Anybody? Anything else, guys? How was the class?
It was good.
Good. Okay. Have you learned any new thing today?
Sir is very nice.
How many of you have learned something, at least one sentence new today?
Yeah, I learned how we came up with the classes.
Okay, great, great. See, doesn't matter what you learn. But if you have learned, that means you are going with something, right? From the session. That is great. Anyone who is thinking, no, I have not learned anything from today class, Praful, this all was the topic which I already know, like I am good enough with these all topics. So I enjoy the session, but I didn't learn anything today, new thing, which was not known for me. If anyone, please tell me. No worry. No one. So that means everyone have learned at least something. So every day, guys, every day after the class, just ask this question to yourself, right? Whatever your name, like for me, my name is Praful. Every day in the night, I am asking to myself, Praful, what you have learned today? Tell me at least one word. If you have not learned a single word today, then go and learn first. After that, you are allowed to sleep. At least one word you have to learn every day, right? So start asking this question to yourself every day in the night, and every day just try to learn one thing, like one word at least, and after 3 months, 3 to 4 months, you can compare yourself, you can measure your skills. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Then bye bye, thanks for joining, let's meet tomorrow. Most welcome, guys. Bye, good night. It's time to go for dinner and then sleep in India. In US, what happened? Time has changed there. Is there someone from US?
I'm in Southern Africa.
Okay. 3.5 hours behind. Okay, that means evening is there, right?
Yes, sir. 6:41.
6. Okay, okay. Great. Australia 4 a.m. Oh my God. You wake up. Means you wake up at 2 a.m. because we had started the class at 8. My God. Great. See, guys. See the passion. He joined class at 2 a.m. Great. Great, brother. It's really motivated me to work more hard. Okay, okay, guys, then see you tomorrow.